Let me steal your mastermind moment this morning. My name's Angela Ma. I'm a mortgage broker with Nexus Mortgage, and I've turned to doing a lot of my presentations virtually. So I've like to think I've become pretty skilled. Randall sings my presentations last week, and I wanted to share some of those tools that I'm using to make those presentations effective and help you guys get more clients, because at the end of the day, we're all a team and we want more business. I know I do, at least. Uh, so let me go ahead and just jump into it. I wasn't really sure how to make a presentation on how to make a presentation, so I'm just going to show you guys what I use and hopefully help you get started making your own. So let's go ahead and get my right screen. I'm gonna share sound just in case. So what I use, I'm sure you guys have all heard of Canva by now, but Canva is my go-to tool for anything marketing related, whether it's a presentation, whether it's a home buyer's guide or anything like that. As you can see, I kind of make a ton of things with inside of Canva. One of my favorite things that I've created was probably my self-employed home buyer's guide. And I think something you guys could all make as well. And one thing I've done is I've linked all of my things inside of here so that when I'm doing a presentation, they can also download this home buyer's guide after the presentation so that they have those resources there for them afterwards. But here's just a couple of other ones I've done. So I've done a home buying one. And when I hit present, it goes full screen, and all you have to do is tab through them, and you can customize these however you want. Like I always throw in an about me section. I've learned that you got to kind of share a little bit about you before you go into your sales pitch. So one thing you want to do is just explain who you are, give them a little bit of intel of what you do and why you're doing it so that they can better trust you when you go in to sell them on why you want them to purchase a home with you. And Canva's been great. If you just go in here, it's so customizable. There's 1,000 different templates that you can create on here. So you're not having to build from scratch, kind of like you would with a PowerPoint. You could just go in here and do a presentation, and there are endless possibilities. Whatever it is that you are wanting to promote or share, Canva has been an amazing tool, and I don't even really have to come up with all of the ideas. I usually just grab a template and then customize it for whatever I'm trying to sell or promote that day. But what has made my presentations even more effective is that now I have these great slides, these amazing presentations, but then I partner it with this ultimate business tool called Bee-Konnected. And this is what my webinar platform looks like. So instead of going to Zoom, I have everybody meet me inside of my meeting room. So you can see I have these like little buttons over here when I'm doing a presentation. They can just click on them and it pops up my business card. And so that they can connect with me. And when they're in that meeting room, all of these buttons are live and they can connect. But let me see. What's really cool about Bee-Konnected is it's a 5-in-1 business tool. It has a webinar system or a broadcasting system. Let me actually show you these widgets. The widgets are my favorite. And so typically I don't use them. I usually go into here and I host all my presentations, and I can just click on these and show people my presentation. Can you see it, or is it a little small? Is it good?
I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So it's a free HD conferencing. So it's basically Zoom, but you get 90 minutes of free instead of 40 minutes of free on Zoom, which is ultimately why I switched over to Bee-Konnected, because I was starting to do a podcast and I was getting cut off at 40 minutes. So I was like, well, what other options do I have? And through networking, I found out about Bee-Konnected, and I loved this little platform where I could customize it, make it all branded to me instead of Zoom. And so that's ultimately why I ended up coming over here. You can also stream to 5 places. So say we were doing this mastermind live, we could stream it into LinkedIn, we could stream it into Facebook, Instagram, all with inside of here. And so that all of your people could get your eyes on it. So if you have a huge following on Facebook and you wanted them to see your home buyers class or your self-employed class or whatever it is that you were wanting to present that day, you could get more eyes on it at once. Versus just whoever comes into your meeting may not see it, plus it will stay there as a replay on your Facebook. And then you can also create daily posts. So it's kind of like a business social media. I like to reference it as Facebook, LinkedIn, Zoom, and StreamYard, and now Kajabi. We're actually going to be doing premium content. Have you guys ever made any courses? Anybody done a course?
Yeah, I have.
You have? Nice.
Yeah.
So they're actually going to be able, you're going to be able to host your course inside of Be-Konnected and be able to sell those courses if you choose to sell them. And it's going to be all done through there. You just, everybody can pay for those courses through Stripe on Be-Konnected. So it really is going to help business owners sell more throughout 2024. They actually just got the Google UX guy over here Thursday. And so he helped redesign the whole platform, and it's kind of going to be like YouTube for business owners is the best way I can explain it. It's going to be really neat. Then you have unlimited groups. So like Randall, you could host all of your masterminds inside of those groups. And if anybody ever missed them, all they would have to do is go into the group, and I'll show you here. Let me log in. Go into my group, maybe. Of course I'm sharing. Go my groups. Maybe. And then I go into my group channel. And now here are all my replays. So like I have a Be-Konnected, I have a couple of tutorials, but if I would on my mortgage page, I have all of my mortgage replays. So my first time home buyers classes, my self-employed classes. So if anybody ever missed my presentation, all I have to do is copy this replay link and they can come in and see all of them. So it's like you're multiplying yourself. You host a really good one, you record it, and then you just share it and put it in here. And now people can reference back to it. So that's really where those good presentations come into play. You build out the presentation, you record yourself, and then you host it in here, and now you're sending all your clients here. So maybe they can't meet you at 6:30 on a Friday or whatever. You can just send them into your Be-Konnected group and do your listing presentation. I know a couple of agents have done like a listing presentation in here. And so then so if you click on the replay, the best thing about it are the call to action buttons on the side. So a lot of the times within Zoom, you don't have any clickable links. So that's the problem with the replays on Zoom is they don't have a way to go to your cell or purchase what you're trying to sell them or connect with you. It's like, now that they've watched my replay, let's get on my calendar and schedule a one-on-one. So I don't even have to be there. Once I am like, here's why you should use me for your mortgage. Now I'm like, okay, let's talk about your scenario. And they just book a time on my calendar. So it's been really cool. I've seen great success with it. I'm meeting my clients inside of here. I know a lot of you guys are doing you guys have face-to-face meetings, but if you can't ever meet face-to-face in person, I've loved my meeting room to meet with clients. I know it's been helping me get a better conversion rate. So instead of just calling them, I'm like, hey, come meet me in my meeting room and let's chat about your scenario. And that's what I would do with any of your clients. If you ever referred me a client, I would meet them here so that it's not just a stranger. So I'm not just a stranger to them. I can get in front of them. We can connect. We can understand their concerns and what their ultimate goal is with purchasing a home. Let's see. No, I kind of talked and chatted a lot. What kind of questions do you guys have? Is there anything?
So how would somebody come to, like, if let's say that they were going to find you, find one of those rooms with some of those videos that you had on different topics. How how do you look for Angela Ma?
Yeah, once you get on Be-Konnected, you can just go in there and search for me and or we can connect together. But let me just share this in chat. Oh, I think I have the. So here's my digital business card. I use Blink. It has my phone number. You can schedule a one-on-one with me. You can grow your business on Be-Konnected. So if you are interested in Be-Konnected or want to explore more, you can set up your account for free there. Everything is free on Be-Konnected. You don't have to pay for anything until you want to monetize it, I guess, more or less, whether you want to create a group, whether you want to start putting in those replays. And then that package is $20 a month. And so you can create your own groups, host all your replays, get all the widgets that I was just showing you. It really is an amazing tool. I don't really use Zoom anymore. I don't really use LinkedIn. It has a connection generator, so it will connect you with leads. It connects you with 5 different leads a day. It's
Can you show us how that works?
yeah, of course. Let me share my screen. Let's go right here. So right in here, we'll go back to the connection generator. So you click on this right here. And now I've got my profile filled out. Once you get in here and fill out a profile, now this is connecting me with all sorts of different business owners because I specialize in helping business owners, which is also a huge reason why this platform is a big benefit for me is because it's all business owners and I help them get into mortgages. But now I can connect with all of these 5 people, schedule a one-on-one with them, meet in my meeting room, and you never know where your next referral partner might be or where your next lead might be. So I'm typically connecting with 6 people a day just through the connection generator, chatting with them and learning how I can help them get into a mortgage. Like I connected with a gal in Michigan to help her finance a property,
I think
which I
that's
know is
nice because I have been meeting with, like, I just closed on Friday a house not too far away from me. It was like 700 something thousand dollars, but the wife was in Wyoming. The husband was frequently out of state in
Mhm.
uh, Boise, trying to get their new house ready. And so it was great to be able to face them there and to leave, information, especially like, okay, this is the closing process, and then I send them I'd send them a video of it after we're done. But this is much easier because you can just, I mean, it can be personal to them, and you can have a little group that's, Randall
Absolutely.
Curtis's, for
Yeah.
example.
Well, even look at this neat feature inside of here. So I'll typically record myself explaining somebody's fee sheet or something like that. So let me go right here. So what I do is I'll record myself sharing their fee sheet. So inside of the widgets, what I'll do is I'll put it in my media sharing, and then I will, where was it? It was Melissa. And now all I have to do is click on this and she can download it right here. But she doesn't even have to be here with me. What I do is I record it. I go into my events and recordings and I click on and I just share my replay with her. So let me go manage replays. I copy this link and I send it to her email. I've recorded myself and now she can click on that download link instead of looking for my email for the closing disclosure, or maybe it's the rep sheet. Instead of looking for the email for the rep sheet, she can just click download on my replay and it will download it to her desktop versus her going and sifting through her emails.
Nice.
Yeah, it is really a cool tool. I love it for closing disclosures, fee sheets, because a lot of the time, your first time home buyers, they might not know all of those fees. So I make sure that I record it, make sure they have a copy, even if they have already signed it or whatnot. And those replays have been really effective way for me to do that. I know there's Loom and a couple of other tools like that, but I like this one better where I can have them download it directly.
So is there a way, for example, like if I'm using this with my clients or potential clients, and I'm like, here's the process for, going through, the fee sheet or whatever. You're explaining, is there a way to share your video where you're explaining it with, yours and my potential, future clients, where I can put it in on my Bee-Konnected or whatnot?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I could record a quick little video. You could put it into your media sharing, and then all you would have to do is click on the media sharing video and it would pop up. If you have
Okay.
a couple of minutes, you could just jump in my meeting room and I could show you. I don't know who's on the phone and who's on a desktop, but it's usually easier from a desktop.
Yeah, no, I'm on a desktop
Or we can do
here,
that too later,
but
Randall. That's how we go.
and I could even share the screen and show them what it looks like from inside of your desktop, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
From Okay, so do I just click on the blink link here that you gave us?
Yeah. And then click on the blink link and then click on the one that says meeting room. And it
Okay.
will have you, all you have to do is put your name in and you'll be right there in my meeting room.
All right. So let me open the link here.
And anybody else, you're welcome to just click on that. If you're on a desktop, you won't have to download an app, but if you're on a phone, you will have to
I'll
download an app.
share this just so that people, let's
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, so we can see
Yep.
that.
I'm just on the one that
Did
says meeting room.
everybody see that one that says Angela Ma and then on there and then let's see meeting room down here. Just click that. Okay, that's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Uh, username and password.
Nope, just put in your name. Just put Randall and then continue.
Okay, good. I'll put Randall Wall in there. Okay, and then continue. Nice. And
Yeah. Welcome to my V virtual. You can customize this name however you'd like. It could say, welcome to Randall Wall's meeting room. It could say, welcome to our brokerage, anything you want there.
yeah.
And
So
then go ahead and connect by computer.
okay.
And then it will just have you allow.
I hope it doesn't get rid of my Zoom.
It won't. I'm in Zoom and on there too.
Okay, good. Okay. Uh,
And then you're just going to join without video for this time because you don't want to lose your video.
right. And then camera. No, I just do it. I don't do anything, right? I mean,
Yep,
join.
just on that right button right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
And then it dinged me. So now I'll accept you into my room. And I have it so that my attendees that are muted, you can't see them. But if we go show, here, let me go to my widgets, create sharing.
So I can just hit download here, I guess.
Yes, you could hit download and hit that top. And so that's the fee sheet. And if you hit hide, go ahead and exit out of that one.
Out
Just at the
of
top right, there's a little X button.
okay.
Oh, not that. Oh, sorry. Return to meeting on that one.
Okay.
Let me see. Why is it not? Let's go hide. Okay, now I'll hide it for you. So
All
this is
right.
what the room will look like. If you hide muted attendees, they could see your background and you could put whatever you wanted in that background. Like it could be a picture of your brokerage, it could be your branding for your brokerage. And then here is where you have all of these widgets. Oh, you can't see the widgets, but for a mastermind. So say we had multiple people that were doing a mastermind, we could have all of these speakers and all of their information hosted up top. And all they
Nice.
would have to do is, typically I'll put my digital business card up there. And then these call to actions. This is the one I use all the time for my first time home buyers class. I'll just have put in my first time home buyers guide. All they have to do is click on it. Go ahead and click. We'll take them to a new page. They'll fill out their information and it will be automatically put into my CRM. So now I'm marketing to them, connecting with them daily, just by them putting in their information with the CRM or in my.
So you could do this on like why today's a good time to buy, why's a good time to sell,
Yeah,
uh, or even solar finances are up 700%.
yeah. One of the things I have in that guide is the buyer's advantage in a high rate market, just so that they can do like seller credits, they can buy down rates. They still have a lot of advantages when you're a buyer in this market.
Okay, so got the information. So I can see this, like, especially if you're trying to work with a lot of like maybe first time buyers, sending
It,
out a
yeah.
connection, to a bunch of them. And then so then you got the information, and then I'm assuming it comes in a email or something like
Yes,
that.
it does come into an email, so you should see that downloaded in an email. I even use this for networking. So I host a networking group. It's over to the left. Yep, there you go.
Okay.
And anytime somebody's in my networking group, I create them this little call to action button, if you will. And now, anytime they're spotlighting themselves in the networking group, you can just check out her website. Go ahead, click on the buttons. They're all live links. You can just click on the one right below it.
Right.
And you can customize those however you'd like.
Got it. Okay, and then so here. All right, we get rid of that. That's the internet. Okay, so we'll go back here. So schedule a one-on-one. So does this do it all inside itself, or do you have to have something like Calendly to do this?
You do have to have Calendly to do that, but I also have another CRM or business tool that's all in one where you don't have to
Yeah.
have a Calendly. Do you have a scheduling app that you use at all, Randall?
Uh, William,
Fair
we
enough.
my scheduling app. I've tried Calendly on one of my sites, and for some reason I can't get it to work. Like it doesn't send me the notifications that somebody's tried to make an appointment with me. So maybe it'd be
Oh,
better on this one. But that's why I was curious is if uh if it would work without it or
yeah.
with another
You can
app.
you can link it with Google Calendar too. So if you schedule through Google Calendar and you can set it up that way too. Or
That's what I
digital.
use mostly. That's what I do is mostly Google Calendar. So
Yeah. And then I just set in my outside link to be connected. And so it takes them to it sends them the link to my meeting room. And that never changes. So my meeting room link never changes. It's always the same where you kind of have to schedule a meeting with Zoom.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. Yeah. And so you just put all your whatever open time that you have in there,
Yeah,
and yeah, I like it.
I do too. Let's see.
So then let's see how with get started. So that's you can set up your own Be-Konnected there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you have recording, streaming. So potentially, I had a friend that used to do a lot of these. Was quite successful in getting clients from seminars. In fact, Eric Lee did that for a long time. How to sell your house without an agent, except for you go through and show all the different things you had to do to sell your house, and nobody wanted to hassle with it. And so he got quite a few, quite a few clients from that, from the how to sell your house without an agent. But one of the things my friend did was would put videos, and so he'd say this is the time, and it would be like it was a live meeting, but it was actually he's drinking coffee or whatever he's doing, and
You could
yeah,
absolutely do that. Like within one of the widgets, you can just upload a video. Let's see. Like here's one I have uploaded just right
in a
now.
world where the digital landscape is fragmented, where
Yeah,
yeah,
see, you could easily record it, throw it in there, and do exactly that.
yeah, that's nice. I like using Flicky to create videos, and so
Oh,
sometimes it's nice, and you can pop them up there, and it's like here we are, and so I think that's kind of cool. So that
yeah. You can
let's
see you can feature whatever you want. So at the bottom left, you can feature a chat if there was something that was important that came through and there was a lot of people. Just at the
yeah.
bottom left, there's a little chat feature.
So down here is that it right
Yeah.
there?
Hmm.
Where it
I
says.
just put in a test link.
Yeah. No, that's good. Okay. Yeah, and so here's a question too that's not specifically related to this, but I understand that you do commercial lending. Is that correct?
That is correct. So I can do both commercial and residential. Pretty much able to say yes to a lot of different clients. I haven't been able to say no yet, which has been really cool. And one of the reasons I went over to Nexa, it's one of the top brokers in the country, and we have so many different things for commercial, the low down payments, especially if they're owner occupied. Low credit scores. If you're a first time home buyer, I can even go down to 600 and get down payment assistance. So
Wow.
it's different than kind of the Utah housing that we all have. Um, yeah, lots of different creative financing. I can do hard money lending, fix and flips up to 100% financing. The list goes on. I actually did that presentation for you guys last time where I had all those commercial products.
Yeah. So
And
how hard is it to get like a fix and flip loan? I mean, a lot of people are flipping houses now. Um, I think I've got 8 going.
yeah,
uh, and that. So, and we use typically just straight up hard money. What are the rates, and just kind of quickly, and what's the how hard is the process?
they're usually pretty streamlined. So the commercial products, I'm surprised how easy they are some days. Usually you just have to provide your proof of funds, proof that you've either done a project before or not to get a higher loan to cost value. If you've done a property before, you can usually go up to 90% loan to cost. So that means they'll finance 100% of the rehab and 90% of the purchase with a fix and flip, and that's usually with an experienced borrower. And if for any reason you didn't fall under those categories of the fix and flip, we could always go hard money, ground up construction, an SBA loan. A lot of times people don't realize SBA loans are one of the ways people purchase commercial properties the most, because if you have an established business and it's going to be owner occupied, that's going to be your best way to purchase a commercial property, because it's going to be the least down payment. But we could also do USDA for commercial. So if it's out in the rural area, you can a lot of times do 100% financing for some of those properties. As for rates, I haven't really looked at any this week. I know they went down a little bit, so I'm not.
Twilla's considered rural, isn't it?
Twilla is considered rural, and I'm up in North Ogden, so just past me in Brigham and Tremont, and is considered rural too.
Okay, yeah, so that's a good. That's a good thing. So, well, when you were doing the rates, do you know what the rates typically were for those two types, the hard money and the other one? Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Give me just a second and I can quickly pull them up. Let's go right here.
Okay. That's always good to know, because I have clients that are like, I want to flip a house. Who do you know the lends on that? And usually I send them to hard money lenders, but
and hard money is great as long as you know you can get the project done in the 9-month time frame. But sometimes the fix and flips are a little bit of a better option. Let's go here. Let me go.
it's all about having the most tools, It's like whoever has the most tools wins, I think.
I agree. And that's what made me go to a broker is I had always been retail, and I kept finding I was referring people out or brokering them out anyway. So I was like, okay, why am I not going somewhere where I can just have all these tools and be able to say yes more often? So SBA, we're at 6.6, and that's a construction one. My fix and flip, let's see, where are you? Let's go. Hard money is between 8 and 36, so that's quite a range. Obviously, there's a lot of factors go into hard money lending. You have your USDA loans, which are 7.25 to 8.75, and then let's see, investor special. So fix and flip 6.25 to 9% today is what we're looking at.
Yeah,
that's really effective rates.
Yeah, that's really decent. I'll have to have you share. I'll have to have you share maybe the process with me, or send me something on that, because I've got a lot of people, including myself, that might be interested in.
Yeah,
because we're all paying 12%.
Yeah, I'll do some digging in some hard money and then the fix and flip, and maybe get you a little presentation and record it and send it over.
Yeah, that would be good. In fact, we could have you come back and do a presentation on what's required for that, and we could do one of our masterminds on that, because there's a lot of fix and flip. And I know they used to do the old 203K.
Yeah.
That was like signing a novel. I think I did the first one back in like 1996 or 7, and I think I signed 132 times,
Yeah, the 203K loans, that they're effective, but they are a little bit of a headache. You can do a rehab loan with a conventional loan these days too, so you don't always have to go that FHA route. But fix and flip, a lot of people are doing bridge loans right now for investor purchases if they don't have to get rehabbed, just because maybe the property isn't going to DSCR right now for 1% because the rates are higher. So a lot of times those investors are getting a bridge loan until the rates are dropping down. Or you could do a buy down from the seller credit, because we are seeing a lot of seller credits those ways too.
Sure. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have you come back and talk about financing, some of these, because that's something that's of interest. I had one of my agents ask me about, can we get a loan that finances the repairs or remodel into it, because they're buying one that needed some work.
Yeah, we definitely can. There are so many creative financing options, especially for those investors that want to go in and fix a property. So I'll put something together and I'll get back on your calendar, and I'll happily teach all of you guys.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So what would be 3 ways that you could use Bee-Konnected, in your mind, that a real estate agent could use Bee-Konnected to get new business?
Yeah, I think getting your initial consultation and Bee-Konnected in the meeting room is going to help you convert more sales, because a phone call is great, but if you can meet them face to face inside of your meeting room, they're going to remember you better. Another way Be-Konnected is great is you can post on their social media and gather more leads. It is a smaller community right now, but within the next 6 months, you're going to see millions of people on the platform. So if you get on there now and become an expert, none of the algorithms are suppressed. So we're on Facebook, about 5% of the people see what you post or something like that. On LinkedIn, on Be-Konnected, you're going to be seen a lot more. Everybody in the entire community is going to see your post. So that's just going to lead more eyes onto your business. There's not many real estate agents on there either yet. So you guys could come over early, become the experts, and grow your business there. And then the third, I think, is hosting webinars. I've been pushing myself to do webinars. You can host a live show inside of Be-Konnected and get people to come to your webinar, share it on all of the other platforms, and then you record yourself. So like I said, you can multiply yourself. You're really just hosting that one webinar and then referring people back to it. Or like Randall said, I could host a fix and flip seminar, and now all I have to do is record that, and anytime an agent like yourself has a question, I can send you back to my replay, but you could do the same thing for your clients. So like your listing appointments, you could host a listing appointment and be like, here, if you want to schedule a one-on-one with me, watch this, and now let's meet together one-on-one. Again, they'll just remember you more. You have to be seen, known, and trusted, right? So we all know social media is huge. This way people are getting to spend 30 minutes of their time with you. And then if they're interested, they're booking a time on your calendar. So it's just more effective way for your time. You're saving yourself time so that you're not putting people on your calendar that aren't interested or ghosting you. and
Yeah.
then, you just kind of get to multiply yourself. It's been really effective for me.
Thank you. Yeah, that's I think that's a big deal, because I think 99% of the agents I meet with, I do it all online via Zoom. I mean, it's just I don't like meeting face to face. I mean, it's not that I dislike it, but you got the time to the office, or from one office to another office, travel there, travel back. And then I would guess that probably 30% of the time, they ghost you. Like, you set up this appointment, you finish something else quickly. I've gone from my Taylorsville office up to the Union Park office, and I'm there waiting for them, and they never show up, and so that's, yeah, that's why, at least, if it's done on Be-Konnected, then I can work on, the computer while I'm waiting for them to pop in or out.
Absolutely. And see, it's from my point of view, it's the notorious coffee meetings with agents. I don't really want to go spend 5 hours a day going and driving and meeting for coffees. It's been a lot more effective meeting you guys here, and less drive time. I'm more effective when I'm in front of my computer. Like, if you want a pre-approval, I need to be here. So it is more time effective. Now you're not driving all over the state to meet with somebody that might want to meet with you. Now you can actually get to build rapport and then go and drive to wherever they are.
Got it. So what about green screen? So I spend a lot of time traveling, and so like, I don't want it to show an airport, or a storage room behind me, or whatever else, from wherever I'm at, trying to find a few moments of quiet and to do a meeting. So how's the green screen work? Is it pretty good? Is it robust? Can you put your own pictures in there?
Yes, it's very robust. It's getting better every day. It's very similar to what you're seeing on Zoom. The CEO has just recommended us not do that because people like to see who you are behind you. And I try not to have too much of a mess behind me.
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah,
But yeah, you can absolutely have a green screen and Be-Konnected. It has all of the features of Zoom and then some.
Got it. No, I think that's good, because yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to find a spot sometime, and I've got one of my friends does it out of an RV. He's the broker for Colorado, and he's in St. George now, but he was in New Mexico, and so he's just traveling all the time. It's always out of an RV, so it's nice to have a green screen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Green screens are definitely important. You don't want to see somebody's mess behind them. And yeah, so they thought of that. They're like, well, we definitely have to have a green screen behind us so that people can block whatever is behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, it's even cheaper than Zoom. I think the webinar system for Zoom is like 350 or something along those lines a month. This
I'm
one's
paying
only
66, I think, and I can have like up to 100 or 150. But yeah.
okay. This one's $50 a month, and you can have 3,000 attendees. You can have unlimited storage space and unlimited airtime.
Oh,
So
that's
it is,
pretty good.
yeah, it is a little bit cheaper that way. And then
And then it's
we're
got a
just gonna
free
wait.
version you were saying as well that had up to, what was it, 90 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, the free version is 90 minutes long. You can still get in there and network and have all the connection generator, be a part of all the groups and posting and everything too.
Does the free version allow recording?
It does allow recording, yes.
The free one does? Nice.
Yeah, it does. And you can so what does the free one has recording, and I want to say 1 gig of storage for your recordings.
Okay, yeah,
So a
which
good
is
amount of
pretty
storage.
nice. Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah,
could take that 1 gig and move those over to Google Drive or something, you know.
yeah,
So
no kidding.
yeah,
Yeah. Once they get a little seasoned, just save them in your Google Drive.
oh yeah, yeah.
So Janelle, the annual cost, so the pro version is only $20 a month. So let's just do that. That's $240 a year. If you did the platinum, which I don't think anybody really needs platinum unless you have a huge following that you want to be on here, or if you wanted to be a part of the affiliate program that they have. So there is a way to monetize on Be-Konnected, which is another huge thing. You can make money off of Be-Konnected by promoting it, get people on there. I'm a coach on there, so what I do is a little bit different. But there are affiliate programs. And it's really not, for those that aren't tech savvy, it's great. There's people on there that are 80 years old that are kicking butt on the platform. They're like, I don't know how to use Zoom, but Be-Konnected, all I have to do is press a button.
Okay, and then it looks like we had somebody here who said they had to take a phone call. Rick, yeah, it's Be-Konnected. That's what we're on with two E's, like just like the the honeybee, I think. I wonder
Yeah.
if the people are from Utah, because like Utah people like bees and honeybees and
She is from Texas, so
okay.
I'm surprised that the Be-Konnected, but it makes sense because when I was networking, everybody was like, I want to be connected with somebody, and I think that's where it came from,
Yeah,
because she ran a huge networking company in Vegas,
got it. Yeah.
and that's what made her design this. Her name's Tanya, and
Okay.
she created it. Um,
Yeah, it's
they're
pretty
doing,
fancy.
they're doing some amazing things. Eventually, you'll see the layout all different. It will look like Netflix, and people can just go in and connect with you, watch your webinars. You'll get seen a lot more.
Okay, and then there's the link there. Be-Konnected with the connected is with a K. Be-Konnected.com. It looks like they've got it there in the chat. So, well, awesome. Any questions specifically for Angela that other than the ones we've had in chat? Do you guys want to unmute and ask any questions or anything you'd like to see or know? No. All
No,
right.
y'all are gonna have to join us with your pictures next time.
Yeah, it's always hard when that's the one thing that's hard about doing virtual for me is a lot of times people don't want to put their videos of them, their face or anything else, and so you feel like you're just talking to a blackboard or something, but it's good. Well, thank you so much, Angela. I really appreciate your
Thank you,
time.
Randall.
Oh, it looks like there's two more questions. It says if we would like to take advantage of it, what is the first step? And you want to answer that one, Angela?
Of course, Janelle. If you'll just click on that link I've dropped in the chat that says bekonnected.com/Angela Ma, that way you'll be connected to me as a coach, and I can help walk you through everything. I'll help you get set up with your meeting room. I'll show you all the advantages of the free version, and then get you going, because I love my meeting room. I am in there all day, every day, meeting with my clients.
That's fun. I wonder why it won't let me copy that. Let me see here. I tried to copy that link out of there instead of just clicking on it. It wouldn't let me copy, but it would let me click on it. So that's awesome. All right. Well, that's good. So it's I'm enjoying it. It's a pretty cool
Yeah.
pretty cool deal. This pops up when you click on that link, and so I don't know if you can hit your features, your pricing, log in. I guess you click log in, it'll tell you to
Create your new account and join for free by clicking here, right there. But
yeah,
you've already joined, Randall, so you're set.
yeah, I think so. It's good. Well, thank you very much, and
Yeah.
appreciate your time. And then, yeah, if you wouldn't mind putting together a presentation about financing for investment properties for, we've got buyers that are buying a house, but it needs like, I don't know, $20,000 in repairs or something, and needs a new kitchen or something like that. Something of that nature, and any special programs that you have, because some of those, you listed one that was like 6.6%. That's I think it was your SBA loan for buying commercial property. But that's better than the mortgage rates are. I think the mortgage rates are at like 7.25. So
They did dip down to high sixes, so we're in a good place right now, I
all
think.
right,
Yeah.
and we've got Mike Carlin's got his hand up there. Mike.
Hey, yeah, I just had a quick question. It seems to me that bridge loans are kind of risky because if you don't sell within that time frame, you're suddenly left with two mortgages. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree with that. I think the bridge loans are risky. Those are usually the ones just for people that have no other option. Like they are set on buying that new home. That is the only time I would ever suggest that. Otherwise, I would honestly say do a HELOC, because a HELOC makes more sense in my opinion, because you can easily pay that off or get yourself a renter in that property. So bridge loans are my last resort, but they are available. And that is something that people can go to, but I agree with you. They are risky and not something I'm necessarily suggesting. I just know some of those investors, they've looked at those bridge loans instead to get into that investment property and then refinance it later. But I agree. I think they are risky. Not something I recommend often, but that is an option.
Okay, well, thanks. Thanks for all your help today, and I look forward to looking more into the Bee-Konnected and hopefully getting on there and see if it might be something that'll fit me.
Absolutely. I am looking for anybody that wants to help partner on a course. I'm building out a course for just how to set people up, how to buy a home, essentially. So if you have any insight or specialties that you would like to put inside of that course with me, let's connect and build that out, because I'm hoping to have that done by mid-January.
Great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. So do you want to, just for those that might not understand, the bridge loan there, Angela, do you want to explain exactly what that is or how that, works just briefly?
Yeah, of course. So a bridge loan is essentially a loan that you get to purchase your new property. So with residential lending, people can take out a bridge loan and take out the equity of their home to purchase their new property. So right now, a lot of homes are sitting on the market for a while, but people want to get into that new dream home. So what they can do is take out a bridge loan that is, a lot of them are 0% interest for X amount of time, and then they can get into their new home with that equity. And then once they sell their property, that bridge loan is then paid off. But like Michael said, if the property isn't sold in a decent amount of time, now you're stuck with essentially 3 loans, because you have your regular mortgage, your bridge loan, and then your new mortgage. So they are a bit risky. Sometimes, a lot of times I'll suggest a HELOC versus that one, because the HELOC rates are a little better, a little less risky, and there's not a balloon payment at the end. But they are an option for people to do. One thing I've been suggesting for people that can't sell their property right now is to turn it into an investment, rent it out, take a HELOC, buy your next property, and then put a renter in your primary. And then in 6 months, when rates drop, or when it gets back to a seller's market, then list it, because I have a client right now that is looking at that option. They're just not sure if they want to keep that property yet. They have an HOA that they're trying to get out of.
Yeah. Thank you. No, that makes sense. And I think we might see a little drop in. I don't think we're ever going to see 3s and 4s again. I think that's a once in a lifetime event. But the 6s or whatnot. But I looked the other day, it looks like it looks like Utah is still pretty strongly overvalued. Have you seen anything on that? I mean, I've got a little bit of information on that, but it looks like we're probably going to see another drop before we get back into the in line with the home affordability, index.
I think we are seeing people dropping home prices. One thing I've also shared with my realtor partners and colleagues is instead of dropping that price, maybe throwing out a seller credit, because a lot of times that's going to help your buyer get a more affordable payment versus dropping it 10 grand. So if they could get a $10,000 seller credit versus a $10,000 price reduction, that's going to help the buyer get a more affordable payment, whether they want to buy down the interest rate, whether they want to pay those closing costs. So that might be one strategy if you have some sitting on the market, is to offer a seller credit instead.
Yeah, no, I think that's
Is that a tax write-off?
That is a good question. I am not a CPA, but I do need to talk to CPA and ask if it would be a tax write-off.
yeah, if
The
you're
buying down
gonna,
points is right.
yeah, if you're buying down the points, I mean, it's like as a seller, that's a cost of sale, so you can write that off.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. It's so it's interesting. So it looks like, and I can just show you here something quickly. I'll share my screen before we fade out here. Just a quick update here, but it's one of the apps that I use. But you can see Salt Lake County, the home value is down, 2.2% year over year, and so if you look at, if I look at the overvalued percent on it, it's almost 30%. It's 27.7%. So Idaho, Utah, Colorado, I think Washington State are the most 3 or 4 overvalued areas in the country. And so typically, from the home affordability index or price index, it's usually will take, average earnings times whatever it is, the average home price, because the average home price is now down to 537. We were up at 680 in Salt Lake County here, 2 years ago, or, a year and a half ago. And so we're down to 537, but anytime it goes above, I think it's 8 or 9, there's always, a recession or something in the market that brings home values back down to between 8 and 9. And so when we're up at like 11 or 12, that it's where we've got a little bit of change, I guess, to that occurs. But one thing that was interesting to me, which may not be interesting to anybody else, but I mean, it's county by county. I can look here, 23% overvalued in Utah County. Davis County's 30%. Morgan's 26%. Weaver's 38%. That was a surprise to me, because Ogden typically has, cheaper houses than we do down here. And I think it was 44, 44% up. I don't know what happened here. Let's just get out of there. But here we are, right in Salt Lake County. So if we just take Salt Lake County, 27% overvalued, 2.2% drop in the market. 45 minutes away in Evanston, Wyoming, there's a whole different, let's see. Okay, let's look at home values here. And the average home value is 296, so it's quite a bit less. But let's look at the year over year growth here. So we're down. Salt Lake is down 2.2%. Evanston is up almost 4%, 3.9%. And I just finished a 5-plex up there Friday that we've got 3 people in already. We'll probably have it full this week, but it's we're seeing a lot of outflow from the Salt Lake area and the Utah area into Evanston, because there is no and you can see that, right? That's my screen. Is that making sense? Can you guys see this? Can you see? Okay. Yeah. Because people are leaving Utah and going to Evanston, and they're only coming to the office, like once, a week or twice a week, and it's like my daughter-in-law. And so it's interesting, you'd think, that we're so close. I mean, 45 minutes away, their home values went up by 4% and ours dropped by 2% year over year. So It's all real estate is local, but it's interesting to see how the market moves and shifts, and even in small areas, even within an hour. And so very, very, very interesting. All right. Well, thank you so much, Angela. We'll look forward to having you back, and to talk about loans for remodel loans, investor loans, some of those things that it sounds like you've got your finger on really well. Thank you, Melissa. Melissa recommended you to me, and Melissa Malambo there, and she's amazing. And so we want to cover things that are interesting to you. If any of you have a specific topic that you would like to see covered, please reach out to either William or myself and let us know, and we will do our best to find the right professional and teach that if it's something that we haven't done, because I'm not a loan guy. I'm a pirate. I do loans occasionally, but for really high interest. And so it's got to be something that makes sense. Although lately I've been doing a lot of $5,000 loans to agents, like commission advance loans. So we've been doing a few of those. I've had a few agents that wanted needed an advance, and in advance of when their property is going to close, and so we've done a number of those. But it's been kind of fun to see how it all works. So thanks again, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful week. And thanks again, Angela. That's just was wonderful. And do you have you want to throw your phone number in there in the chat just really quick if people have a question for you? 801-875-5600. So 801-875-5600. Thank you so much, and have a great week.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.